All right, greetings. How's everybody doing? So I'd like to talk about an experience that I had this morning, and it was still dark out and I'm getting ready for work, still kind of half asleep. And this thought pops in my head to look at the sky. And so I stop what I'm doing and open the sliding glass door and stick my head out, and I see it's like patchy clouds and then like areas of clear sky. And then I see this group of bright lights behind the cloud, shining through the cloud, that appeared to be in the pattern of the Pleiades, but it was much larger than the Pleiades appears in the sky. And so I thought to myself, that's interesting, but that's definitely not the Pleiades. So I had to take a second look, and and it was brighter. The Pleiades won't shine through clouds to be seen. Then I noticed it was moving, and I was like, whoa, what am I looking at right now? And so I opened the door all the way and stepped outside, and I see this, and then it comes into a patch of clear sky, and I see this group of ships all flying in formation, and there must have been at least 7 of them, maybe more, like 9 or more. It was hard to count because they're moving so quick. They're all flying in formation, but at the same time, certain ones would be moving back and forth, and they're kind of shifting and moving around. And I was like, whoa, what am I looking at right now? This is rad. And so they keep going, and then they come into this other section where there's this cloud behind them. So this time they're in front of the cloud, between me. And I see them. I'm like, okay, they must be low in altitude because they're going in and out of clouds, right? And so I watch them go from horizon to horizon real quick, and luminescing their own light source, and it was pretty profound. And so I've seen this type of thing before. It's really rare that they do get close, and it's really rare that they fly in big groups like this. Basically what I wanted to share with everyone is that this whole universe is transparent. All of it. All of our actions, all of our thought processes, our emotional state, our energetic state, everything. It's all transparent. You're like an open book, okay? And so the higher force and all the levels and octaves all the way down are always observing, and this ties into the higher celestial realms and the star nations, and they pop in and speak to us from time to time, and give us guidance and give us encouragement to go forward. And so what I wanted to say was that everything matters. And everything is the eternal now. It's all the present moment. Okay, the past doesn't matter. Being in your head about the future doesn't matter. All that really matters is right here, right now. What is your energy? What is your emotional state? What is your thought process? Okay, we need to be mindful of the chatter in our head, of what our belief system is, about what, the self-talk, the stuff that happens that you're not even really aware of unless you're really being aware of your process, okay? Because ultimately, we are creating our reality. And I understand that there's many subconscious belief systems in place around this topic about, oh, well, no, because of this happened, or this happened, or, this person, had this situation, my situation's different, yada, yada, yada. This is all bullshit. Everything can change instantaneous. Miracles are real, okay? And so if you really get real with yourself and you really check in on the self-talk, on the emotional state, on how you feel, are you running these programs unaware of scarcity mentality or lack or low self-worth or whatever it may be, or trauma from the past, and so on and so on. Okay, there's so many layers and programs that start to reveal themselves, and once they're removed, you're like, oh, that's been going the whole time. And so your external is a reflection of that. So you can't base the external upon anything. It's just look at it like this is a result of past vibrations of mine. Okay, because if we really get into the quantum field and we maintain these higher belief systems, these higher ways of operating, of feeling what we want to create, of unraveling the subconscious and changing our belief systems, okay, and operating as a new being, like changing your identity, changing your self-worth, okay, and whatever that involves, putting boundaries in, operating your life in a different way, keep leveling up. If we continue leveling up and we hold that vibration, those feelings, those thoughts, those visualizations, despite whatever the external looks like, and there's going to be times when it pops up to try to throw you off, and you just got to catch yourself and be like, no. If we hold that frequency, the universe has no choice but to respond to that. And so you look at this thing like master school. Whatever your situation is, whatever you chose to take on in this life, it's all pushing you forward to be like, I'm going to master myself regardless of what the fuck this looks like, okay? And then you realize it's the greatest gift ever. We've always been the creators of our reality, okay? And having this bleed through from the higher dimensions, from the star nations coming in to keep us remembering that we have this gifts, and so it's not about going external and asking the universe for things or beings for things. Like, no, all the real benevolent beings are going to be like, why don't you do it? Why don't you manifest it? You have the ability, okay? Like, there are beings out there that will try to make deals and stuff, and those are not beings that you want to interface with, okay? All the true benevolence are going to teach you to look within, because this is the Hall of Mirrors, and it all stems from within here. We are divine. So remember that. I love you guys. Have a beautiful night.